All right, let's dive in. We are going to build the ultimate LinkedIn playbook right here, right now. I want you to forget everything you think you know about LinkedIn because we are about to go from just having a profile to becoming an all-star that really commands attention. Let's get into it. So, why should you even care about this? Well, it all boils down to one single number 40. That's right. Profiles that LinkedIn actually certifies as all star status are a mind blowing 40 times more likely to get contacted by recruiters. This isn't just a tiny advantage, you guys. We're talking about playing in a completely different league. It's the difference between sitting around waiting for opportunities and having them land directly in your inbox. And that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? It can feel like this exclusive secret club, but I'm telling you, it's not. It's just a system. And over the next few minutes, we're going to break down that exact system piece by piece so you can build a profile that doesn't just sit there, it actively works for you 24/7. Okay, first things first, we have got to nail your digital handshake. This is what people see in that split second before they even read a single word you've written. We're talking about the core elements of your profile that create that all-important first impression. You know, getting a world-class profile picture is way easier than you think. You do not need to hire a professional photographer. Seriously, just find a good, high-quality photo where you're smiling, make sure your chest is in the frame, then pop it into one of those free background removal tools online. From there, you just create a clean background, maybe a simple color gradient or a blurred-out version of the original photo. The whole point is to make you the focus. It's a 10-minute fix that makes a massive, massive difference. And this right here, this is the next game changer. Your headline is not just your job title. Look at the before. Project manager at company X. Okay, fine. But the after? That adds your value. Project manager is what you are. I bring boring ad products to life. Now that is what you do. It's a hook. It makes people curious, and it instantly sets you apart from the thousands of other people with the exact same title. Okay, but let's be real. A perfect profile with zero visitors is like a billboard in the middle of the desert. It doesn't matter how great it is if no one sees it. So now that your digital handshake is solid, it's time to get some traffic. It's time to fire up the audience growth engine. Now, to grow on LinkedIn, you have to understand a fundamental truth. It does not play by the same rules as other social media platforms. It's not built for viral content or crazy trends. The LinkedIn algorithm, well, it has a very unique and kind of quirky personality. And here is that secret. This is the key. LinkedIn wants to deepen the networks you already have. It doesn't really care about making you go viral to a bunch of strangers. So if you only have a small number of connections, posting content can feel like shouting into the void. Why? Because the algorithm's first move is to show your post to people who already know you. And that, right there, is the trap. It's exactly why so many new creators struggle to get any momentum. So, how do we get around this? It's simple. You borrow someone else's audience. This is, hands down, the single best growth hack on the platform. Find the big names in your field, the people your ideal clients and connections are already following. Then, when they post, you jump in and leave a thoughtful comment. A fraction of their huge audience is going to see your name and your headline. But here's the trick. You can't just say, great post, you have to add to the conversation. Something like, great advice, I also love to, adds real value and positions you as an expert, not just a fan. Okay, your profile is looking sharp. You've got a strategy to get in front of the right people. Now for the big one. What do you actually say? This next section is all about how to write posts that both a human reader and the LinkedIn algorithm will absolutely love. Listen up, because this is probably the most important part. The first line of your post is the entire game. People are scrolling, and they're scrolling fast. A short, punchy opening, we're talking just 5 to 8 words, creates what's called a curiosity gap. It's like a cliffhanger in a TV show. It makes clicking that little see more link an impulse they can't control. If you can master that hook, you've already won half the battle. The rest of the post is actually pretty simple. You just follow a few rules. First, use a ton of white space. I mean, short sentences, single-line paragraphs. It makes your text look way less intimidating and super easy to skim on a phone. Second, write like you talk. This isn't a research paper. And maybe most importantly, the last rule, always, and I mean always, end with a question. This is the clearest possible signal you can send to the algorithm that your post is designed for engagement. And hey, want to take this to the next level? Here's a little pro move. As soon as you hit post, be the first one to comment on your own post. And in that comment, ask another related question. This is a total ninja move that can literally double your engagement because it gives people two different ways to jump into the conversation. All right, let's bring this all home. We've got a fantastic profile, we're driving traffic to it, and we're creating posts that people actually want to read. But likes and views are just vanity metrics if they don't lead to what really matters: real, meaningful connections. This is about turning eyeballs into an actual network. So, how do we do that? Well, it all comes down to building what's known as the KLT factor. That stands for know, like, and trust. At the end of the day, people do business with people they feel a connection to. And you know the fastest way to build that on LinkedIn? Share your story, a personal before and after, a challenge you faced, what you learned, and the outcome. It's so powerful because people might argue with facts and data, but they can never argue with your personal experience. This slide shows exactly how that KLT factor plays out in your direct messages. I mean, look at the difference. The bad DM on the left is a straight-up sales pitch. It's all about me, me, me. But the good DM on the right, that's a conversation starter. It's about them. It opens a door gently instead of trying to kick it down. One builds a wall, and the other one builds a bridge. Let's be crystal clear on this. These are the golden rules of DMs. Let's just tattoo them on our brains. In your first few messages, you never, ever ask for anything. You don't drop links to your stuff. You don't try to sell. The only goal is to start a genuine conversation. Just treat it like you're meeting someone at a coffee shop. You wouldn't immediately try to sell them something, right? So don't do it in their inbox. And really, that's the big idea here. We've talked about a lot of tactics and strategies today, commenting hacks, post formulas, you name it. But I want you to see that they aren't just a random collection of tricks. They are all tools that serve one single, higher purpose: to build a real, genuine, and valuable community around you and what you do. Which leaves us with one final thing to think about. In a digital world that's run by algorithms and metrics, what does it truly mean to build an authentic connection? That's the real challenge and the real opportunity. Thanks for watching.